Hey, today I am going to be doing part two of the COVID food shortages in my area, which is by now, for the 15 people that care about this, is Courtice, Ontario. First, here you'll see that I am at the Food Basics, the new Food Basics on Trolls, and overall, I have to say both this and Freshco that are, of course, in this video, I found that the food shortages weren't really that big of a deal. I found that the produce in Food Basics was running a little low, as well as the meat here that you can see there are a number of holes, but it's really not that bad. I did notice here when I was in the frozen section where they had a lot of the seafood and whatnot that there were giant gaps, but that could have just as easily been a basic need to restock, and they had the stuff in the back and they just hadn't brought it out yet. Maybe they were going to do it after the store closed or whatever. I have no idea, but I didn't get the impression that Food Basics and Freshco were feeling it quite as badly as No Frills and even Walmart were in the part one of the COVID food shortages video that I did a week or two ago. But as you can see again, there's more giant empty spots, which is kind of weird to see in a grocery store because they've always been overflowing with food my whole life. So to find this going on, I suppose, is a little alarming. But I don't know. I figure this whole thing will just sort itself out. According to Metro, they said that the COVID isn't the cause. It's this mostly due to the fact that employees have been calling in sick. So I guess that kind of implies that there's enough stock in the back and there's just not enough people to get it out to the front. I did notice here that, just like in the first video, that the cereal aisle has been hit fairly, somewhat considerably, sorry. Again, it seems like we're really taking a hit cereal-wise. And I don't eat a lot of cereal, so it doesn't really affect me. But it does suck for the people that look forward to having a bowl of Lucky Charms in the morning or afternoon or night or whenever you eat Lucky Charms. I did too, like we're seeing now, I noticed some holes in the freezer section with the frozen fruit, which is a bit of a problem for me. I hope that doesn't take hold because I consume a lot of frozen fruit. But as you can see here through the Eggos and whatnot, that there are more holes. So, even though I felt that this store, as well as Freshco, were both really well stocked, I guess technically the food shortage is happening. Because all of these holes here that I've been showing so far, none of the products have been on sale. So it's not like they had a really good deal on and people, like, rushed in to buy them all. Because that's life, right? But I didn't get that impression. So here comes Freshco now. Still, we're in Courtice, of course. I'll eventually probably go to the Bowmanville Walmart, too, because I noticed that the meat section out there was depleted pretty badly the last time I was there about a week ago. But the Freshco, like I said earlier, it seemed to be even less affected than the Food Basics. Everything at Freshco seemed to have... everything at Freshco was full. The odd thing was empty, and the things that were empty in Freshco, they had giant racks of replacement products sitting there waiting to be shelved by an employee, and they just hadn't gotten around to it yet. So, I don't know. I don't really understand the ins and outs of this whole supply chain problem, but it does seem like some stores are affected, other stores aren't, or maybe it's all gonna sort itself out now. Because everything I've been reading from the media, and of course that needs to be taken with a grain of salt because you can't trust anything they say, but it does sound like the first half of 2022 we'll start to see improvements, and then by the second half things should more or less be back to normal. Now, whatever that means, right? 6 months from now, we could all be battling it out like Mad Max because there's no food left. It's hard to say. I mean, I don't see it going that way, but I suppose it could. I'd fucking love to be Mad Max. That'd be great. But it probably won't happen. Which is for the best, I guess. Still, it would be fun. get all Thunderdome about it, set it up, have big battles with chainsaws, and I don't know, that could be fun. But I guess I'm kind of getting off topic here. But yeah, the video's drawing to a close. And again, as you can see, the cereal aisle seems to be the most affected here again. I think I said that earlier, so it's probably the third time now. The redundancy rate in these videos is becoming a bit of an issue. But yeah, so I will stop talking now because the video's over. So thank you for watching this, and yeah, have a good night.